Amazon once built an AI to screen job applicants and, well, it quietly taught itself to penalize women. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the clearest, most urgent warnings in all of machine learning.
Here's the fundamental reality. This system didn't fail because of malicious programming. Nobody sat down at a keyboard and wrote a rule that said, prefer men. Instead, the AI did exactly what it was supposed to do. It perfectly learned the patterns hidden deep within the data it was fed. A model doesn't learn what's fair, it just learns what's in the data.
Part 1. The AI Hiring Experiment, Amazon's First Pass.
So, Amazon's specific goal was all about efficiency. They wanted to automate that initial first pass of the hiring process by having a model read incoming resumes. Step 1, feed the AI 10 years of the company's past resumes and hiring decisions. Step 2, surface the strongest candidates. It really was a logical, well-intentioned process. They were essentially just asking the model to figure out what a good candidate looked like, based on a whole decade of historical data.
Part 2. Flawed training data and a decade of bias. But here's where we hit a massive roadblock. Historically, the tech industry had hired mostly men. And because of that, the historical record they fed into this AI was completely dominated by successful male applicants. Remember, the model was doing its job perfectly, so it drew a strictly logical conclusion. Resumes that look like the men we hired before, those are good. Resumes that look different, well, those must be worse.
In practice, the system began rapidly marking down resumes. If an application contained the word women's, like, say, women's chess club captain, boom, penalized. It reportedly even penalized the graduates of 2 specific all-women's colleges. The model simply inferred a preference for men from heavily biased history, and it planned to repeat it, automatically, at scale, forever.
Part 3. Bias in, bias out. Learning prejudice.
Bias in, bias out. Look, a model has absolutely no sense of justice. It literally cannot tell the difference between a pattern that reflects genuine, hard-earned merit and a pattern that just reflects decades of human prejudice. To the algorithm, they look exactly the same. So it faithfully learns our biases and it amplifies them. And honestly, the scariest part, it disguises those biases behind the false objective authority of the computer decided.
Part 4. Automating prejudice with algorithms at scale. Let's really think about the scale of the difference here. A human with a biased mindset, that results in one biased decision. But a biased machine, it applies that exact same prejudice to every single applicant, instantly and invisibly. It scales the issue massively. It completely removes the human element, making the bias instant, while people incorrectly assume that because a computer did it, it must be completely objective. Now, to their credit, Amazon actually caught the bias, and they completely scrapped the tool. But the lesson absolutely stands for all of us. Your models will inherit whatever is in your data. And yes, that includes the parts of the past we're least proud of.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. If we don't thoroughly examine our data for bias before training these systems, are we actually removing human prejudice, or are we just automating it?